Starstruck is a film that over the years became a classic. It's ranked at the top with other movies like Lemonade Mouth and Another Cinderella Story. But the question is, was Starstruck even good? The movie is essentially about a girl named Jessica Olsen. She goes to Los Angeles and meets pop star sensation Christopher Wilde. Jessica has a sister named Sarah Olsen who is obsessed with Christopher Wilde. When in Los Angeles, Sarah wants to go to a club for the chance of meeting Christopher. The sisters end up going, and once there, Sarah tells Jessica to stay in the car while she goes into the club. After some time, Jessica gets fed up with waiting and leaves the car to find Sarah. Jessica doesn't find Sarah, but ends up running into Christopher Wilde himself. It's an awkward encounter because Christopher hits Jessica in the head with a door. Christopher Wilde is scared that the paparazzi will catch this encounter, so he offers taking Jessica to a hospital. Jessica and Christopher go to a hospital, and then they go to Christopher's house so he can meet a film director. After all of this, Christopher finally takes Jessica back home. The next day, Sarah takes Jessica to Malibu in hopes of running into Christopher Wilde. The girls go to a beach, but Jessica actually ends up recognizing Christopher in a disguise. Jessica goes and sits down with him, but they have to make a quick escape because of paparazzi. They get away, and Christopher shows Jessica around Hollywood and Los Angeles. Unfortunately, paparazzi find them again, and it forces Christopher to drive off the main road. When they drive off the main road, it leads to the car getting sunk into a mud pool. An argument then ensues between Jessica and Christopher. Jessica calls Christopher's life fake, but Christopher argues back that his life is real. He then drags her into a river, and they both forget the argument they were having. Christopher reveals to Jessica that he enjoyed spending time with her, especially because she wasn't asking him for anything. Jessica responds by saying she also enjoyed her time with him. The two start heading back and are now at the beach. While at the beach, they're about to kiss but get interrupted when people begin recognizing Christopher. Christopher tells Jessica that no one can know what happened between them two. Wilde uses the excuse that if she reveals about their day, then the paparazzi will never let them live normal lives. Jessica and her family then leave Los Angeles and return back home, but the paparazzi end up making a connection between Christopher and Jessica. Christopher speaks out on a talk show and says that he doesn't even know who Jessica is. Jessica doesn't like this, but she's more upset with the fact that Christopher is only lying because of the media. Christopher can't reveal his true self to the media, and this forces him to act fake. There's paparazzi outside Jessica's house, and she decides to confront them. Jessica tells them that they destroyed Christopher's life, and also states that she never met the Christopher Wilde that the people are obsessed with. Back in Los Angeles, Christopher fires his parents as managers and turns down a movie role that forced him to lie and not be the real him. Sarah and Jessica then attend their school dance together. At the dance, Christopher makes an appearance and apologizes to Jessica with a song, but Jessica wants more than an apology. The paparazzi end up appearing, so Christopher goes to them and says that he lied about not knowing Jessica. He also reveals that he's crazy about her. Jessica ends up accepting Christopher's apology, and he becomes her boyfriend. The two then share a moment and start slow dancing. The complaint that you will constantly hear about this movie is that Jessica is too mean with Christopher. That if the writers made Jessica stop being mean sooner, then the movie would have been better. But I actually think the movie is great the way it is. The irony is done right, and Jessica even learns a lesson. Jessica thought that she knew exactly who Christopher Wilde was. She had carved out this image of him from the media, but she then found out Christopher is nothing like she thought. Even when they were about to kiss and Wilde pushes Jessica away, she was upset, but at the end realizes it was the pressure from the media that made Christopher act like that. It was also nice to see that although Sarah was the one obsessed with Christopher, she was still a good sister to Jessica and supported her when the paparazzi were on their front lawn. This film is a great example of when Disney Channel movies are a great type of cheesy. The plot is the classic kind where the girl who had zero interest in the boy is the one who ends up falling in love with him. I also think that many people, especially at a younger age, think about meeting a celebrity and spending an entire day with them. Disney movies usually play into people's dreams, and this movie is another example of that. Starstruck premiered on February 14, 2010. It generated 6 million viewers and was actually the first Disney Channel original movie to premiere on a Sunday. It's been 15 years since Starstruck came out, and it's considered by many to be a classic movie, but even right after its release, the people already loved it so much. Everyone loves the chemistry between Christopher Wilde and Jessica Olsen. Jessica Olsen is played by Danielle Campbell. Danielle, for some reason, has always reminded me of Katie Holmes, especially in this movie. Although it's been 15 years, this movie doesn't feel old or antique. Comment down below your opinion on this movie. Do you consider it a classic or you don't like it? Leave a like on today's video if you enjoyed, turn on post notifications, and subscribe for more.